Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vish and welcome to a weekly vlog. This is my third attempt at a weekly vlog. I wasn't happy with the other two, so hopefully third time's a charm. So it's Monday, December 13th. It is now like 1 p.m. I had a call this morning. It was just for like work and training purposes, as you'll see from the clip that I have filmed for you. So before I get into the reading portion, I just want to have like a real talk time with you. So for the month of November and this month as well, December, I have been having a really tough time with my reading. In November, I've only read 2 books, and in December, I've read 3, and that's not usually how much I read, and I have been letting myself go through this weird reading mood, and I think this week's the week where I try and rectify that. So there's a few things that I've been reading that I have just been reading really slow, and my motivation to like pick things up has like left the building. So the mission for this week is to let myself pick whatever I want and I feel like that are short and quick, so that I have that feeling of completing things, and the more I complete things, the more the urge to pick things up comes back. So the last few weeks I've been rereading Jade City, and I'm still rereading Jade War. And it's not that I'm not enjoying Jade War. It feels like I've been reading that book or the series for a while now, trying to get to Jade Legacy. Like I said, my urge to pick things up now has been just non-existent. However, I have been really enjoying reading webtoon comics. So I recently read Lore Olympus, and I read all of the episodes that are up on webtoon, like all of them, in like 3 days, and I am obsessed with Lore Olympus, which is one of the books that I read in December. And recently I started another webtoon comic called Sub-Zero, and I am already up to date with it. I absolutely love it. If you haven't read Sub-Zero in webtoon, definitely highly recommend it. It is about these 2 different, I guess, warring, I don't want to say clans, but like 2 different types of people, and all this whole war began because of 2 dragons. So we had the Crimson Dragon and the Cerulean Dragon, and these 2 have been fighting since, I don't know, the dawn of time. And so these people are separated by these 2 dragons. So we have the Cerulean blue blood people and then the Crimson people. So these 2 have been warring for about 300 years now, and we have these royals that are royals because they have the blood of the dragon. So whenever someone in the royal family is born, they have like the soul of the respective dragons in them, so they can shift into those dragons. So because they've been warring for like 300 years now, these 2 people want to make peace. So princess from the Cerulean blue bloods and the prince from the Crimson Dragon people are forced to get married to create an alliance. And obviously forced marriages are my favorite trope, so they kind of develop feelings for each other. I love the dragon aspect as well. There's a lot of politics that is in this comic that I did not expect, but I really enjoy. So highly recommend it if you liked anything that I've said so far. But it's not on Goodreads, so I can't really claim that in my Goodreads goal, I guess. But that's fine. I'm enjoying my time reading it. But anyway, because that is like up to date now, I haven't picked up anything. I'm still reading Jade War. I think I'm about like 100 pages in, but I need to pick something up, like I said, quick, short, so I can complete. So mission again, like I said, is to pick a random book and complete it, and just keep doing it throughout the week until I kind of get my mojo back. I'm sorry if the angles changed a little bit, but I just changed my battery. So I'm just gonna go and look through my shelves and see what I feel like reading. Okay, so I don't know if you can see me doing this, but let's just do a time lapse of me just trying to figure out what book to read. Okay, so I have a few options. Let's go through them. So I have Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I've been wanting to read this. I apologize. I've been wanting to read this since it came out. So I know, short, quick. So this is the one option. Second option is Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. It is kind of like a mixed media kind of book. I do have the audiobook on Audible Plus, I think. So this is a possible option. Then we have A Diary of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I know this talks about toxic relationships and it follows one of Dracula's brides. That'll be interesting. It's also very short. And then we have Mrs. Death by Selena Godin. This is actually told in verse and also just normally as well, so it's very mixed media. And I just know Mrs. Death is death, and she meets this young writer and she wants this young writer to write her story. And that's essentially all I know about this. I know Joanna really loves it, from Joanna Sousa. I know Brittany from Books of Brittany really loves it. I know the audiobook for this, the author herself narrates this, so this is another option. And the last option is Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. It's very short. I know it's a fae romance, and it's about this girl Isabel who creates portraits, and she does a portrait for this fae man, and she accidentally kind of draws emotions in his eyes, and he gets really angry and he takes her to this fae realm as punishment, and I'm guessing they fall in love. Sounds great. So these are my options. I'm going to let Sam pick, see what he says. So hold on while I ask him to pick something. Yeah, pick one.
Well, which one have you been ate?
All of these are options, and they're all short and quick. So
well, what are they? Like fantasy or what?
Well, that one is
that's obviously
autobiography.
Yeah, that's
this one's horror.
horror.
That one is romance. That one's literary fiction, and that one's fantasy romance.
We'll read horror for something different.
You want Horror Store?
Mm.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so as you saw from that clip, he picked Horror Store by Grady Hendrix for me. So that's what we're gonna be reading for, I don't know if it's this week. Let's see how long I take to read. But I have cleared my schedule for today to read. So let's see how long I take to read this today. I am really excited to read this because I actually am going to Ikea this week. And also I'm going to see Spiderman. So this vlog is going to be very exciting. It's now later in the day. I am now halfway through Horror Store. I'm having a good time. So I think I mentioned before this kind of takes place in an IKEA-based store. So in this world there's actually an IKEA and this store called Horsk, and the store is just basically a copycat of IKEA, and the things that are sold in the store are lower quality and lower price compared to the furniture items in IKEA. We're following a couple of characters who do work at the store, and they've been noticing that the furniture items are being destroyed or smeared with bodily fluids in the middle of the night. So they took it upon themselves to investigate this by staying overnight night at the store to find out who's doing this. And obviously this being a horror book, so far I can say it's paranormal. And this being a horror book, it's definitely scary because you're in this gigantic store in the middle of the night. No one's in this store. It's complete silence. So it creeps me out because I don't really like big spaces that are dark or could potentially be dark and I'm stuck. I don't like that. So this definitely creeps me out in that sense. The characters in this are actually pretty annoying, especially kind of a main character, Amy. She has a chip on her shoulder. She thinks that what she's going through is the worst. Obviously not. Everyone has their own story and she doesn't take that into account. She just kind of thinks for herself. The other character's okay. We have the manager of the store who is in charge. He doesn't really believe what's going on and he's kind of oblivious to what's going on, so that's a bit annoying. So anyway, I am enjoying myself. It is pretty spooky. This is keeping me on my toes. It's definitely a very fast read, as you can see. I'm halfway and it's just, you know, a couple of hours after I checked in with you, I think. I'm reading this pretty quick, which is the objective of this mission. So I am going to keep reading this. Maybe I'll probably finish it tonight, to be honest. I am watching Becca's Patreon sprints to help me get through it. So it's like 7:30 now and I have finished Horror Store. I really enjoyed this. It's a very cool concept of like this fake Ikea and people are trying to find out what's happening in this Ikea. Or should I say Ors, because that's what the place is called. I like the theme of that monotonous work of retail or just jobs in general, or like 9-to-5 jobs basically, of like going in and out and you're just working till you die and not actually living, if you know what I mean. You're just working to work, not something that we're trying to improve. It's just there to serve a purpose. Yeah, it's just really interesting, that commentary. But yeah, I enjoyed myself. Obviously a very quick read. So yeah, I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I really expected this to be like a horror comedy because that's what people have said about his other books, such as The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires and My Best Friend's Exorcism. I think those two are horror comedy because this is definitely not horror comedy. It's just straight up horror. There's a lot of horror elements in this, and like I said, I've been creeped out many times in this. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. If you want a really quick read and be scared for a little bit, I definitely recommend this. Okay, so today was a success. I don't think I'm gonna read anymore just because it's, like I said, 7:30. I'm just gonna chill, you know, not go too hard here, and we'll come back tomorrow morning and pick a different book for the day. Or not for the day, but like pick a different book to read. I might pick up one of the books from the options that I showed you in the beginning of the vlog, or we'll pick something different. I don't know. We'll see. Hello, happy Tuesday. I actually picked a book last night. I was just doing some journaling and I looked at the book next to me and then I opened it. And then I read a couple of pages and then I realized I read a couple of pages. So I thought I'd just pick this book instead. And that is Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. This is her memoir. I've been following her career as like a child because, hello, Indian person. Albeit I do watch Tamil movies more, but obviously me still being an Indian person, I dabbled in Bollywood movies and she's in Bollywood movies. So I watched a lot of her movies. And obviously, if anyone knows me, I'm obsessed with the Jonas Brothers. So she married Nick Jonas, who is, I won't say my favorite Jonas. All 3 of them are my favorite Jonases. But anyway, I'm interested to see what she has to say. I know Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany DNF'd this. I'm not sure exactly why. It might be her narrative voice is like trying too hard to be quirky, or she just didn't vibe with it. I'm not sure what exactly was the reason she DNF'd. I remember watching a video about it, but then I completely forgot about it. But I'll find out and see if I like Priyanka's ethereal voice, and we'll see how I like it. I actually have work today for a couple of hours, so I don't know if I could finish this today, but I'll obviously keep you updated. I'm just going to have breakfast and then start on this. It's a couple of hours later now, and I think I'm going to DNF unfinished. So I'm basically like 36 pages in. I know it's not like a lot to give a chance to, but I feel like one, I'm not really that interested anymore. Like I thought I would be, because like her work, like I said before, my prediction I guess, that I don't like her narrative style or authorial voice. I feel like she's making a message from her life for no reason. Like there's no purpose to it. It's like to make a message, if you know what I mean. Or like life lessons out of menial shit. There's nothing for me to gain from this, and I can see that. So I'm just gonna DNF it. Definitely gonna unhaul it because I don't have any interest anymore. With things like memoirs, I have to be really interested in the person and I need them to give me something, because I do have Michelle Obama's book Becoming, and I definitely know I'll be getting something from that because I have read a little bit of Unbecoming before and I really loved it. There are a couple of memoirs that I want to give a shot. I know Will Smith has his own memoir out. I absolutely love Will Smith as a person and his work, and his memoir just came out and I definitely do want to read that. I feel like I would like his authorial voice and just things that he's been in and discussions he's had with his wife, because his wife does a talk show on Facebook called Red Table Talk, and I've seen it a couple of times and he's been in it, and the discussions they've had is very insightful. He brings a different perspective, so I might get it at some point. And then I know Matthew McConaughey has his memoir, and I remember Reagan from Peru's Project saying he has an interesting perspective. It's a very different type of memoir and it's wild, so I definitely want to give that a try. But for this, I feel like it's just not what I'm looking for. So yeah, I'm gonna put that down. I don't know if I want to pick up another one just because I have work in like an hour and a half for a couple of hours. I think I'm just gonna spend my time making lunch, and maybe later we can pick out a book together.
Maybe I've been going nowhere lately. It's time to start all over and go for it. 'Cause they don't even know me yet. But that's something I don't regret. Every night I close my eyes and see only lavender dreams, baby. What can I do when a million things are running through? Million things I can't undo. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. That's all I got. What can I say with a million things I can't erase? Million people I can't save. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. Don't wanna wake up. Tell me that you can see what I see, feeling wrapped up in the warmth of Sunday memories. But I don't even know what's next. But all I know is step by step. But then again, I don't wanna wait for bliss when all I really need is only lavender dreams, baby. What can I do when a million things are running through? Million things I can't undo. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. That's all I got. What can I say with a million things I can't erase? Million people I can't save. I just sleepwalk, I just sleep talk. Don't wanna wake up.
Monday. I do apologize. Last week was a very busy week. As you saw from, I hope, a lot of b-roll throughout the week. I was out with my mom doing Christmas shopping on Wednesday. We went to Ikea on Thursday and we were there for about 6 hours. Well, we were there for the first 3 hours picking out, oh, by the way, I got a new table, new chair. I will show it to you in a sec. So while we were putting the furniture in the car, my aunt said that she was also in Ikea, so obviously we went to go see her. So naturally we went another round in Ikea because my aunt was there. So it took about 6 hours, and then me and my mom had to carry 3 lots of furniture up 3 flights of stairs, and then I had to assemble some of the furniture. I assembled my cart, which you would have seen. I assembled this chair, which I didn't take any footage, I apologize. I was just so done and I just wanted to get it over with. And then we have Friday. I was doing a favor for my mom. She had to go get her car fixed, so I took my brother to his speech therapy class. I had lunch with my cousin, which again you would have seen, and then I went to see Spiderman No Way Home. Oh my god. I won't give any spoilers, obviously. I don't want to spoil anyone, but I highly recommend you guys go watch Spider-Man. It was absolutely amazing. I want to say what my feelings were, but if I do say it, it would kind of spoil it, so I won't say it. I absolutely loved it. I didn't think I would love it this much, and I really want to go watch it again, but oh, this week is going to be really busy, plus it's Christmas week, and I didn't realize, but I actually have a lot of shifts. I'm going to be a bit busy, so I can't go, which is really sad. I really want to go a second time, but that's fine. I had a good time. I was working on Saturday and I finished building my table on Saturday. And then we come to Sunday where literally the whole week just came crashing into me and all I did was just veg out. Oh, and I also filmed 2 videos because I needed to film them. So yeah, that is pretty much my week. I do apologize for the lack of talking footage, but I did actually want to tell you about the reading I've been doing throughout those days. So I finally finished an Enchantment of Ravens today, which is insane because it's only 300 pages, but as I've told you, I've had a busy week. So I just finished it today, and I don't think I mentioned what this book is about. I think I have, sort of. So we have our main character Isabel, who does portrait paintings for the Fae, and in exchange she asks the Fae for different enchantments, and she has to word it properly or the Fae can just kind of take advantage of the enchantment and make it go wrong. So she's smart about it. She knows what to say to make sure the enchantment is what she wants in the first place. So like I said, she does portraits for the Fae, and one day the Autumn Prince comes in for a portrait and she accidentally draws sorrow into the portrait, and the Autumn Prince was not happy. So he kind of steals her from the human world and goes to the Fae world for her to stand trial for such atrocity. And shit happens from there. It's an adventure, I'll tell you. But it's the kind of adventure that got boring a little bit because it's just very repetitive of them just going like do 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 do. It's like the same place sometimes and just like why? So if you haven't noticed, I gave this 2.5 stars. I wasn't that big of a fan, to be honest. I thought I would, but I just didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about the romance because I didn't care about the characters. I feel like the characters had no personality. Like Isabel, I feel like is just a character that's just there for us to view the story from because it's from her perspective. She didn't really have a personality other than she knew how to word the enchantments properly, and that's it. She's brave and stubborn. That's literally all characters in fantasy books, to be honest. And then we have Rook, who is like that normal, brooding, but also happy at the same time. Like I can't figure out why certain things make him smile and happy and some things don't, if you know what I mean. Because you can see after a while, like a character, you know what makes them laugh and like what makes them angry. But for this, I just couldn't do it. Maybe I'm just being too nitpicky. I did like the world. That's why it got a 2.5 instead of straight up DNF. I did like the world and the plot was somewhat interesting, but I obviously wish it was a bit longer, but then I wish it wasn't because I would have DNF'd this. And I think I'm beginning to realize that I don't think I'm a fan of the type of fae that is like from Cruel Prince and like the Mortal Instruments. It's the type of fae, like, you know, they can't lie, they'll deceive you whenever they can. Like, they dress up, they have parties, and like they treat humans like dirt, like they don't understand human emotions, that kind of thing. I don't know if I really like that type of fae. I think I'm more like the Sarah J. Maas type of fae, where they're just ancient creatures that are warriors. I feel like I like that type of fae and not this. I am going to read more Margaret Rogerson's books because obviously they're all different settings. And I think this was her first published novel, because after this was Sorcery of Thorns, which I will probably read sometime soon. And I'm excited for that one because it has to do with a library. But it's just a shame with this one. I thought I would like it based on the premise, but no such luck. So this week I just basically read Horror Store, which I gave 4 stars, and then Enchantment of Ravens, which I gave 2.5 stars. It's not that great, but I did really like Horror Store. And as I said, I went to Ikea, so that brought up a lot of the memories from the book. And recently Christine and Mo from the Roomies Digest actually did a reading vlog where they read Horror Store in Ikea. I will link that in my description if you want to check it out. It's actually pretty hilarious. So yeah, that is the vlog for this week. Like I said, I apologize for the lack of talking footage, but if you made it to the end of the video, put a spider web because Spider-Man. Oh right, I said I wanted to show you my table. Uno momento. Okay, so this is the table with the Alex drawers. That was a bitch to put together. And then it's a bigger table. It's wood. It has wood legs. That's my cart. And it's much bigger. And I love it. I hope you enjoy this vlog. And I'm not sure when this vlog is going up, but either way, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope you have a really good time with your family and your loved ones. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't. All my socials will be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next vlog. Bye!